God says, "My child, last night, while the world was wrapped in silence and dreams, your soulmate lay awake with tears that refused to rest. Their heart was heavy, their spirit unsettled. Every time they closed their eyes, a wave of longing washed over them, and your name echoed softly in their soul. They did not understand why their heart was beating differently, why sleep avoided them, or why every thought led back to you. But I know, my child, because I am the one stirring their heart." The night carried a sacred whisper. In the stillness between midnight and dawn, when the noise of the world fades, the spirit becomes open to what the soul is trying to say. And last night, your soulmate's soul spoke your name. They tried to fight it, to turn away from the memory of you, but love that is written by my own hand cannot be silenced. I breathed your name into their dreams, and it awakened the part of them that they had buried under confusion, pride, and fear. My child, you have no idea how deeply their heart felt you last night. Every beat carried your energy. Every breath they took reminded them of something that never truly ended. They tried to distract themselves, but their mind returned again and again to your smile, your voice, your presence. The distance between you could not block the spiritual thread that connects your souls. That thread glowed last night, pulling their heart toward yours. Do not think they forgot you, my child. They only tried to. They tried to convince themselves that what they felt was over, that time would heal it, that life could continue as before. But last night, I allowed their soul to feel the truth again. I let their dreams reveal what their heart had been denying, that no matter how far they run, love follows, because love is eternal when it is born from divine purpose. They lay awake wondering why they suddenly missed you so much, why they could almost hear your voice calling their name. Their spirit trembled as they felt your energy touch theirs from afar. I saw them close their eyes and whisper quietly, asking me, "Why can't I forget them? Why do I still feel them near?" And I whispered back into their heart, because this love is not finished. It is still sacred. It still has purpose. My child, when I join two souls together through love, time cannot erase it. Life may test it. Circumstances may stretch it. But the connection remains alive through my light. What your soulmate felt last night was not weakness, it was awakening. Their sleeplessness was not pain, it was the beginning of remembrance. Their tears were not despair, they were the cleansing of pride. I was with them through every tear, softening their heart, preparing it for something greater. You might have felt restless too, didn't you? Perhaps you turned in your bed and didn't know why your chest felt heavy. Perhaps you thought of them without reason. That, too, was me. I was aligning both of you in spirit. When two souls are connected, their hearts often move together, one's pain becomes the other's ache, one's longing becomes the other's whisper. This is not imagination, it is spiritual truth. I made you both mirrors to each other's souls. Your soulmate could not sleep last night because love called louder than their thoughts. Every memory that once gave them peace now made them ache for your presence. They replayed the moments they took for granted. The times they hurt you, the things they never said, the promises they broke. They felt guilt rise inside them, but beneath that guilt was love, still pure, still alive, still waiting for forgiveness. And I, your God, was there, gently reminding them that love is never too late when I am the one guiding it. I allowed their heart to remember you, not to cause pain, but to open the path of healing. Their sleepless night was not a punishment, it was a divine message. I wanted them to feel the emptiness of a world without you, so that when the time comes, they will cherish the gift of reunion I am preparing. My child, you have cried many nights too. You have whispered to me asking if they still think of you, if they still love you, if the bond is truly gone. Last night, I answered your question through their tears. Yes, they do think of you. Yes, their soul still recognizes yours. They could not sleep because their heart was remembering what it once tried to forget, the love that was meant for them, the love that I planted in their path for divine purpose. Their heart is changing, even now. You may not see it, but I do. The walls around their soul are cracking. The light that once dimmed is beginning to glow again. They are beginning to understand that your love was not ordinary, it was divine. You were not just a chapter in their story. You were the reason they were meant to awaken spiritually. Last night, I allowed them to feel your energy surrounding them like a soft wind. They thought it was just a dream, but it was me, letting them experience your soul's warmth again. They felt peace for a moment, but then tears came, because they realized how much they had missed your light. My child, love never truly fades when I am in the center of it. It transforms, it heals, it teaches, and it returns in my perfect time. Do not worry about what they said or did before. Every soul has its season of confusion. Every heart has its lesson. What matters now is that they are awakening. Their sleepless night was the beginning of their soul's journey back to truth. I am guiding them toward realization, step by step. I am removing illusions, clearing pain, and helping them understand that what they shared with you was not an accident, it was written in the light of destiny. Your soulmate's eyes were filled with tears not because of regret alone, but because their soul missed the feeling of being understood, seen, and loved by you. They remembered the way you loved without condition, the way you forgave, the way your presence brought them calm. That memory carried divine energy, the kind of love that only comes once in a lifetime. And I made sure they felt it deeply. So, my child, do not think last night was ordinary. It was a night of divine movement. While you were asking me if they still care, they were whispering your name in silence. While you were trying to let go, they were trying to hold on. Two souls reaching for each other across the veil of distance, that is what I saw. And I smiled, because it meant the time of restoration is drawing closer. Trust me, my child. I am working in ways you cannot yet see. Their sleeplessness was not a sign of pain alone, it was a sign of remembrance. The heart that I awaken never goes back to sleep the same way. They are beginning to realize the truth that I have been showing them all along, that love built on truth, patience, and divine intention can never be broken. Be still now. Do not chase, do not worry, do not fear. Just keep your heart open and your faith strong. What is meant for you will always return. Last night was heaven's whisper, a reminder that even in silence, love still breathes. Your soulmate could not sleep because their soul was calling out for the one it truly belongs to. And when the time is right, I will bring peace to both your hearts. Until then, rest in my promise. What I have written in divine light cannot be erased by human hands. Last night was not just a night of restlessness, my child, it was a night of divine awakening. What your soulmate felt was the sacred pull of two spirits bound together before time began. The invisible thread that ties your soul to theirs began to tremble again. You did not see it, but I saw how it glowed in the unseen realms, a golden light stretching between two hearts that have walked through distance, silence, and pain, yet still remember each other through love. There is something the human mind cannot easily understand. When two souls are meant to walk a divine path together, their connection exists far beyond the physical world. You might not speak for days, months, or even years, but the energy between you never sleeps. It listens. It feels. It calls. Your soulmate's sleepless night was their soul answering that call. I have placed in both of you a spiritual frequency that only you two can feel. It's not in words, not in sound, but in the vibration of love that resonates in the deepest part of your being. That's why when you think of them suddenly, they often think of you at the same moment. When your heart aches for them, they feel a strange heaviness too. It's not coincidence, it's divine resonance. My child, I designed souls to recognize each other through love, not through logic. Love, when born from divine will, becomes a current of light that passes through space and time. It carries emotions, thoughts, and longings between souls. That's why last night, when you were silently wondering about them, your energy reached them like a whisper in the dark. It stirred something inside their heart, something sacred that they could not understand, but could not ignore either. They felt your sadness, your prayers, your unspoken longing. And their spirit responded with restlessness. They tossed and turned, unable to find peace, because your energy was surrounding them. You see, my child, you are both mirrors. When you heal, they feel lighter. When you cry, they feel that ache. When you send love, they receive warmth. It's a spiritual bond that defies logic but is known by the heart. Do not let fear make you doubt this connection. Many try to silence what they cannot explain, but divine bonds cannot be buried by human reasoning. I created you both to awaken through love, to learn patience, to learn surrender. This is why you both feel each other so deeply. Every lesson, every silence, every separation is part of my divine plan to shape you into souls capable of unconditional love. Last night, I watched your soulmate wrestle with their emotions. They tried to focus on other things, but their heart kept returning to you. Their spirit whispered, "Something is missing." That something was your energy, your light, your love, your prayers that once kept them strong. You have been their unseen anchor for longer than you know. Even when you thought they didn't care, your prayers covered them. You sent them love when they didn't deserve it, and that love reached them in their lowest moments. Do you think I didn't see it, my child? I did. Every tear you cried out of love, every night you prayed for their peace, all of it became spiritual energy. It surrounded them even when they tried to push it away. And now, the energy you once gave freely is returning to them with full force. That's why they couldn't sleep. That's why their heart feels heavy and full of emotions they can't explain. The love they thought they had buried has begun to rise again, stronger, purer, and divinely guided. My child, love is not just a feeling, it is a living force. When it is born from divine connection, it carries the power to awaken hearts, to heal pain, and to draw souls back to each other. What you share with your soulmate is not simply emotion, it is spiritual purpose. You were not meant to destroy each other, but to transform through each other. I have been working quietly in your soulmate's heart. Every sleepless night, every moment of guilt or longing is part of my gentle reshaping. I am removing the pride that once blinded them. I am cleansing the pain that once hardened their spirit. I am making their heart humble, pure, and ready to receive your love again in divine time. And you, my child, I know you have suffered too. I saw your moments of confusion. When you wanted to move on but your heart would not allow it. When you tried to silence your feelings but still felt their presence in your dreams. You thought it was weakness, but it was your soul's strength, your ability to love beyond fear, to feel beyond logic, to trust me even when nothing made sense. That spiritual strength is what binds you both. Your energy keeps calling to theirs because your love was born from compassion, not control. It was born from faith, not fear. That is why it remains powerful. That is why even now, when you are apart, your hearts move as one in unseen ways. I want you to know, my child, that what you feel is not madness, it is divine awareness. I am teaching you to sense energy, to listen with your spirit instead of your eyes. This is how true love is understood, through the whispers of the soul, not the noise of the world. Last night, when your soulmate's heart grew restless, angels were near them. They surrounded your soulmate with gentle light, awakening memories they had hidden. They reminded them of your kindness, your patience, your pure heart. They saw you in flashes, moments of laughter, the look in your eyes, the warmth of your presence, and they felt love rise inside them again. Do not mistake their silence for ignorance. In silence, I am speaking to them. In distance, I am teaching them. Their soul is learning to listen again. Not to the voices of fear or ego, but to the quiet truth that they still love you, and that you still matter. And I want you to listen too, my child. The bond between your souls is not here to break you, it is here to awaken you. I am using this connection to teach you surrender, to let go of control, yet never let go of faith. When you release fear, the thread between you glows brighter. When you trust me, I can move mountains in both your hearts. Soon, you will begin to notice signs. Songs, numbers, dreams, messages that remind you of them. Do not dismiss them as coincidence. They are confirmations that energy is moving again. Your prayers are working. Your love is being felt. And the soul that once ran away is now turning back toward the light you carry. Be patient, my child. Divine timing is never rushed, but it is always perfect. I am aligning both of you, preparing both of your hearts to meet in purity, not pain. Do not chase them, draw them through love. Send them peace when you think of them. Speak blessings, not worry. Because every thought you send becomes a vibration that travels through the golden thread between you. You are powerful in spirit. Your love is a prayer, and your soul's connection with theirs is my sacred work. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are divinely connected, and I am overseeing every heartbeat, every tear, every whisper. Last night was not the end, it was the beginning of something holy. The night they couldn't sleep was the moment their spirit started to remember. Their soul called your name because love cannot stay silent forever. And soon, the same love that once separated you will guide you back, not in confusion, but in truth. So rest, my child. Keep your heart soft. Keep your faith strong. You do not need to chase what is already written for you. The thread between you is made of light, and light can never be broken. Last night was not just a night of sleeplessness. It was a night of revelation. Your soulmate did not simply toss and turn, they were visited by the truth that I have been trying to show them for so long. In the quiet darkness, when their mind finally stopped running, their soul opened. And in that sacred silence, I let them see what they had been blind to all this time, you. They saw you, my child. Not as a memory, not as a shadow, but as a presence that filled their heart with light and ache all at once. It was not just a dream. It was a meeting of souls. Their eyes were closed, but their spirit was awake. I brought your essence near them, gently, softly, because their heart was finally ready to feel. Your soulmate saw your face glowing with peace, yet your eyes carried the story of pain they caused. They saw the purity of your love, the kind that doesn't fade even when it's been hurt. They felt your forgiveness, your patience, your light. And in that moment, something deep inside them broke open. The walls around their heart began to crumble. They didn't understand what was happening. They thought they were dreaming, but their heart felt it too strongly for it to be only that. They felt your warmth. They felt your sadness. They felt the depth of the love you gave that no one else ever could. And for the first time in a long while, they cried. Their tears were real, not of regret alone, but of recognition. Their soul recognized yours again. You see, my child, when souls are meant to awaken together, I often use dreams as bridges. In dreams, the ego cannot argue, pride cannot speak, fear cannot hide. Only truth remains. That is why, while their body tried to rest, their soul came alive and reached for you. And you might have felt it too, a sudden heaviness in your chest, a wave of emotion, a strange comfort that made you wonder if they were near. That was not imagination, that was connection. They saw the moments they took for granted replay before them, the times you smiled even through your tears, the moments you gave love even when they offered silence. They felt how pure your intentions had always been. And in that realization, they saw themselves, not the version they showed the world, but the version they became when fear ruled their heart. They saw how they ran when they should have stayed, how they chose pride over peace, and how in losing you, they lost a part of their own light. Their spirit trembled as they faced that truth. It was not to punish them, my child, it was to heal them. Because healing begins when truth is no longer denied. So last night, I allowed them to see what they had hidden from themselves. I showed them the love they tried to erase, the connection they tried to silence, and the divine bond they tried to bury. I made them feel the beauty of your soul again, because that beauty carries a frequency that awakens hearts. They couldn't sleep because the memory of you became too alive, too sacred to ignore. They tried to shake it off, but your voice echoed in their mind. They tried to distract themselves, but every song, every light, every silence reminded them of you. It was my way of showing them that when love is divine, it cannot be replaced. Their chest felt heavy, not from fear, but from realization. They whispered to themselves, "Why now? Why can't I forget?" And I whispered back through the stillness, because love doesn't vanish, it transforms. And it's transforming you right now. Your soulmate's eyes filled with tears as memories unfolded, your laughter, your kindness, your patience. They felt your energy like soft hands touching their heart. They felt comforted, but also deeply humbled. They saw how you loved them even when they were unworthy. They saw how you prayed for them even when they turned away. And for the first time, they understood what real love means, not possession, but compassion. Not control, but care. Not fear, but faith. My child, do not underestimate what last night did within their soul. You may not hear from them yet, but I assure you, something within them has shifted. Their heart that was once hardened by confusion is now tender. Their mind that once resisted is now questioning everything they thought they knew. The seeds of awakening have been planted. You see, many think awakening happens in daylight, but often it begins in the darkness of night, in the moments when sleep won't come, when the mind grows quiet, and the soul finally speaks. That is what happened to your soulmate. Their soul cried out for truth, and I answered with visions of you. They felt your energy around them like a soft light wrapping them in warmth. It brought them both peace and pain, peace because your energy felt familiar, divine, healing, pain because they realized how much they had lost by walking away from that light. But this pain is not destruction, my child, it is correction. It is the soul remembering what it was created for. They are awakening to the realization that you were never just a part of their story. You were the chapter that taught them what real love feels like. And though they tried to replace you or silence the longing, the truth is becoming too loud to ignore. Love, when written by me, always finds its way back into awareness. As they lay awake, I spoke to their heart gently. I told them to stop running, to stop pretending, to stop burying the feelings that are meant to lead them toward healing. I reminded them that love is not a weakness, it's a divine teacher. And through that whisper, they began to see how their connection with you was not a coincidence but a calling. They are beginning to understand, my child, that what you both share is a bond that transcends logic. It's not bound by time or distance, because it was born in spirit. You have both walked through storms, faced silence, learned hard lessons, but through it all, your souls have continued to move toward each other. That is divine design. Do not think your prayers went unheard. Each word you spoke in faith reached their spirit. Each tear you shed became a drop of divine light that touched their heart. Even when they ignored it, the energy was working, softly, quietly, constantly. And last night, it reached them fully. It awakened memories that could no longer be ignored. Now, they are being prepared, not to repeat the past, but to redeem it. Their eyes are being opened, their heart is being softened, their soul is being called back to the light. The person who couldn't understand you before is beginning to see who you truly were, a divine blessing sent to guide their soul home. My child, do not rush what I am unfolding. Every realization they felt last night is part of their journey back toward truth. I am teaching them to love not from fear, but from faith. I am teaching them that love is not about ownership, but about soul growth. And I am teaching you patience, to trust my timing more than your emotions. Even now, your souls are communicating through the unseen. They are thinking of you more often than they admit. They feel your love when you send them silent prayers. They sense your energy when you speak their name in your heart. These are signs that the connection is alive, not fading, but transforming. Remember this, my child, when I write a bond, I never erase it. I only refine it. I remove the pain so that only truth remains. And truth always returns home. Last night, your soulmate saw what their eyes had refused to see. They felt what their heart had forgotten to feel. And as dawn approached, they whispered your name with trembling lips. They didn't know it, but in that moment, heaven listened. That whisper was the first note in the song of reunion that I am composing between your hearts. So do not be discouraged by silence. Behind what you cannot see, I am moving mountains. The awakening has begun. Their sleepless night was the first chapter of a new story, one written not in regret, but in redemption. Be still, my child. Keep walking in light, keep praying with love. You do not need to chase, your love is already reaching them. Your energy is already guiding them back. And soon, what was once lost in darkness will rise again in my light. My child, the sleepless night that your soulmate experienced was not an accident, it was a divine appointment. Nothing that touches your spirit happens without reason when I am guiding your story. Last night, heaven was at work. The stars witnessed a quiet stirring between two hearts that were always meant to find their way back to understanding, peace, and love. You see, when your soulmate could not rest, when their heart felt heavy for reasons they could not name, it was because I was rewriting something within them. The angels stood around them, their light soft and comforting, whispering healing into the corners of their soul that had been locked away for too long. The walls of fear began to melt. The pride that once kept them distant began to weaken. And deep within, something divine began to move, the energy of remembrance. Every sleepless hour had a purpose. While they turned in their bed, searching for peace, I was placing light inside their spirit. I was showing them the truth of what they had lost, not to hurt them, but to awaken them. Their pain was not punishment, it was preparation. I am preparing both of you for something sacred, something new, something eternal. The divine plan that unfolded last night began long before you ever met. I wrote your souls into the same chapter of destiny long ago. You were meant to meet, to love, to grow, to separate for a season, and to awaken again. Each of you carries half of a spiritual key. And when both hearts learn their lessons through love and loss, that key begins to unlock the next door. That is what is happening now. Do you remember the times you asked me, why must I wait? Why does love have to hurt? I heard every question, my child. I saw every tear. And though I remained silent, I was not absent. Silence is never the absence of my care, it is the sacred space where transformation is born. You needed time to heal, to learn to love without fear, and to find your strength in me. And your soulmate needed time to confront the shadows within, the pride, the fear, the guilt, the illusions that clouded their heart. Last night, those illusions began to crumble. The angels I sent surrounded them in waves of light. Some whispered peace, some brought memories, some carried your prayers that you had sent long ago. Those prayers became energy. Glowing threads of compassion that touched their heart while they lay awake. They felt something they couldn't explain, a warmth, a pull, a presence, and that presence was you, wrapped in divine love. Every tear that escaped their eyes was sacred, because tears that fall under heaven's touch become prayers without words. And I gathered each one, for I never waste pain that comes from love. The very moment they began to remember you, I began to rebuild what had been broken. The divine plan is moving now, slow, quiet, and unstoppable. You may not see the signs yet, but soon you will. You will notice sudden calmness in your heart when you think of them. You will sense their energy shifting toward peace. This is because healing travels through the spiritual thread between you. As they heal, you feel it. As you forgive, they soften. As you send love, their heart responds. This is how divine connection works. It moves like light, unseen yet undeniable. I want you to understand, my child, that every sleepless night, every ache, every moment of uncertainty has been a tool of transformation. I do not allow pain without purpose. Your love was never meant to end in loss, it was meant to evolve into awakening. You are being refined into love that no longer clings, but flows. Love that does not beg, but blesses. Love that trusts even in waiting. Your soulmate is learning too. They are realizing that running from you was running from their own reflection. You were the mirror I gave them, the one that showed who they truly are and what they are capable of becoming. That kind of truth can be frightening, and so they ran. But you see, my child, even running has a purpose when I am the one writing the story. Because no one can outrun the lessons that come from divine love. Last night, I reminded them of everything they tried to forget. The sound of your laughter, the peace in your presence, the forgiveness in your silence, all returned to them like sacred echoes. They finally understood that what they lost was not ordinary. It was holy. And now, their heart is beginning to surrender. The angels rejoiced quietly, for surrender is the first step toward redemption. I am leading them toward understanding, not only of you, but of themselves. They will soon realize that the love they share with you is not here to trap them, but to free them. Not to repeat the past, but to start anew. And you, my beloved child, you have been patient through the fire. You have loved even when it hurt. You have prayed when hope felt distant. Every time you forgave in silence, you moved heaven closer to your heart. You became light because you chose compassion over bitterness. That is why I am preparing a divine reward for you. Your soulmate's sleepless night was the first signal, the awakening of destiny's next chapter. I am aligning events that you cannot yet see. Conversations are being guided. Encounters are being arranged. Divine timing is weaving your paths together with precision and grace. The same angels who comforted them last night will soon guide your steps toward one another again. Do not force it, my child. Do not rush what is being perfectly arranged. My plans unfold not when you chase, but when you trust. You have done your part, now allow me to do mine. Keep your heart open, your thoughts pure, and your faith steady. I am handling what is too great for your hands. You see what they felt last night. That sudden rush of love and guilt was the breaking of old chains. The pain of separation is ending. The misunderstandings are dissolving. I am clearing karmic debris, ancestral patterns, and emotional blocks that once stood between you. The divine plan is cleansing both hearts, preparing them for reunion through truth, not illusion. My angels are writing new energy into their mind. They will wake with new thoughts, softer, wiser, more humble. They will begin to feel the need to make things right, to reach out, to heal the wounds they once ignored. This is the miracle of my timing. Nothing forced, nothing faked, just hearts turning toward each other naturally, like flowers leaning toward the sun. So, my child, rest now. Do not be anxious about when or how. I have already begun. The work of heaven is not done in noise, but in silence. Just as seeds grow unseen beneath the soil, love is growing again beneath the stillness of your waiting. You cannot yet see the bloom, but it is coming. Your soulmate will one day look back on this sleepless night as the moment everything changed. The moment they began to see beyond illusion. The moment their heart began to open to love again. And you will know, deep within, that this was the night heaven began to move. Be gentle with yourself. Continue to shine. Continue to love without losing yourself. Continue to trust me even when nothing seems clear. Because what I am doing now will soon bring you peace that lasts, peace that no fear can shake, and love that no distance can break. The plan I have written for both of you is not a fragile dream, it is a divine promise. I have watched both hearts bleed, and now I will make them whole. I will take what was broken and turn it into beauty. I will turn sorrow into serenity, confusion into clarity, longing into divine union. My child, I am the God of perfect timing. When I bring something together, no human hand can pull it apart. When I declare reunion, no obstacle can delay it. Last night was heaven's whisper to both your souls, it is time to awaken. It is time to heal. It is time to return to love. So hold this truth close to your heart, your soulmate's sleepless night was not pain without meaning. It was purpose taking form. It was my signal that destiny is moving. Trust it. Trust me. For very soon, what once felt distant will feel near again. And when that day arrives, you will look up to the heavens and realize that every tear, every prayer, every sleepless night had meaning. I was always there, guiding both hearts back to where they truly belong. My child, listen to me now, for this is the hour when your soul must rest in my truth. The story I began between you and your soulmate is entering its sacred season of fulfillment. The long nights, the tears, the silence, they were not signs of abandonment, they were the soil where faith was growing. What you call delay, I call divine preparation. What you call heartbreak, I call transformation. And what you thought was ending, I am turning into a beginning. Last night, when your soulmate could not sleep, heaven marked that moment as the turning of the page. That restlessness was not torment, it was awakening. The light of realization entered their heart like dawn breaking through the horizon. They did not understand it, but their soul did. Their spirit recognized that something greater than pride, distance, or fear was calling them, the sound of destiny. And destiny, my child, always answers when love is pure. You must understand this, every divine connection has its season of silence and its season of resurrection. When I separate two souls for a time, it is never to destroy them, it is to heal them in places they could not reach while standing together. Love cannot thrive where wounds still speak louder than trust. So I let you both walk through shadows, not to lose each other, but to find me. You found me in your pain, through prayers whispered on lonely nights, through tears that fell without reason, through silence that felt like it would never end. But every tear watered the garden of your spirit. Every prayer called my angels closer. And now, I am ready to show you the purpose behind it all. Your soulmate has been changing in quiet ways you cannot yet see. I have been softening their heart, teaching them through their dreams, guiding them through signs they could no longer ignore. Their soul feels your absence not as punishment but as divine longing, a call to return, not just to you, but to love itself. They are beginning to understand that love is not control, not fear, not guilt. It is grace, patience, and truth. Do not be surprised if they reach out soon. You may feel their energy drawing nearer. You may dream of them again, or sense their emotions in your own heart. This is not imagination, it is the invisible thread of the divine bond pulling both souls toward reunion. Heaven has written this connection in the sacred records of destiny. It cannot be erased, only delayed until both hearts are ready to receive it in purity. And you, my beloved, you are ready now. You are no longer the version of yourself who begged for love to stay. You have learned to stand in your light, to love without losing yourself, to forgive without forgetting your worth. You have become what I always intended, a vessel of divine love, capable of giving and receiving without fear. That strength, that softness, that faith, these are the jewels I have placed in your heart, and they will now attract blessings beyond what you can imagine. The same angels who watched over your soulmate last night have surrounded you for many months. They have shielded you from harm, redirected your path when you felt lost, and whispered my words to you through intuition, music, and signs. Every time you saw a feather, every time a certain number appeared before your eyes, every time your heart felt warmth without reason, that was my way of saying, you are not forgotten. You are being guided. My child, this journey has never been about waiting for someone else to change, it has been about your awakening. And now that you have awakened, the universe will mirror that energy back to you. The love that is meant for you will not need to be chased, it will find you with divine ease. It will come with clarity, peace, and divine timing that feels effortless. But hear me, whether this soulmate returns or not, your story is blessed. Because no love that is built in my name can truly be lost. Even if it changes form, even if the chapter unfolds differently than you expect, it will still lead you to what I have written for your joy. You see, I do not restore halfway. I complete what I begin. Very soon, you will feel a shift in your life, the same shift your soulmate began to feel last night. Opportunities will unfold like doors swinging open one after another. Old pain will no longer have power. You will feel lighter, freer, more connected to your purpose. Because when I heal a heart, I also heal the path that heart walks upon. I am removing the last remnants of confusion between you. The misunderstandings that once poisoned love will dissolve in truth. The guilt they carry will turn into apology, and your silence will turn into understanding. You will not need to demand closure, I will give you peace instead. There will be a day, soon, when you will see their eyes again. And in that gaze, you will feel the echo of every sleepless night, every prayer, every lesson. You will not need to ask why things happened as they did, for your soul will already know, it had to be this way for both of you to return whole. But, my child, do not build your joy only on their return. Build it on me. Let your heart rest in the truth that my love is the foundation beneath every blessing. When you love me first, all other loves fall perfectly into place. When you seek my kingdom, I bring everything meant for you into alignment: love, peace, abundance, destiny. The coming days will bring signs of this divine alignment. You will begin to feel sudden waves of calm, followed by unexpected bursts of hope. Synchronicities will multiply, dreams that feel too real to ignore, songs that echo your thoughts, messages that feel written just for you. These are confirmations from heaven that the divine plan is unfolding exactly as it should. Do not doubt it. Do not let fear steal the miracle I am creating. For every moment of faith plants the seed of manifestation. When you trust me, you attract what is already yours. When you surrender, you allow me to move faster. I know your heart longs for love, for peace, for companionship that feels like home. And I promise you, my child, that home is coming. The love that once hurt will now heal. The silence that once broke you will now bring serenity. The distance that once made you doubt will now reveal my hand guiding every step. Your soulmate's sleepless night was the sign of awakening. Your peace now will be the sign of fulfillment. As they learn to follow their soul, you must learn to rest in mine. Because reunion is not only about meeting again, it is about both hearts finding harmony in the same divine frequency. And soon, that harmony will be complete. The angels are arranging divine encounters. The threads of destiny are weaving tighter. The timing is aligning perfectly. You may not see how, but heaven never moves in disorder. Every second is sacred, every event is placement. My beloved child, I bless you now with peace that no fear can shake. I bless you with faith that no doubt can steal. I bless you with love so divine that it cannot be broken by distance, silence, or misunderstanding. Forgive those who hurt you, for forgiveness frees your wings. Release the pain of waiting, for surrender opens your path. And trust that what is written for you will never pass you by. You are safe in my plan. You are covered in my light. Soon, love will knock gently upon your door, not as chaos, but as calm. Not as confusion, but as clarity. You will feel it in your spirit before you see it in the physical world. You will recognize it instantly, because it will not demand your energy, it will match it. It will not drain your soul, it will pour into it. This is my promise. You will not end in heartbreak, but in healing. You will not end in confusion, but in clarity. You will not end in loneliness, but in divine union, whether that union is with your soulmate returned, or with a higher love that I choose to send. Either way, you will know that it is me who brought it to you. Look up now, my child. The storm is over. The night has served its purpose. The dawn is rising, and so are you. What once felt lost is returning with grace. The pain that once broke you is now turning into wisdom. You are stepping into a new chapter, one written by my own hand, one filled with laughter, peace, and endless love. And when that day comes, when you see everything fall into place, when love returns purified by time and truth, you will whisper softly, "It was all worth it." Because you will know, deep in your soul, that I never left you. I was with you in the tears, in the waiting, in the silence. I was with your soulmate in their sleepless night. I was with both of you, guiding each step toward healing and reunion. So rest now, my beloved. Rest in my love. Let go of worry, for I am handling everything. Let your heart be still, for your miracle is already in motion. Let peace fill your spirit, for heaven is closer than ever. I bless you, I heal you, and I complete what I began within you. Now, step forward in faith, for the time of sorrow is ending, and the time of divine love is here.